here with you. Don't just stand there teasing me. Now it's time to show. Let's go.
Welcome back. This is Robin Minds. Before we went on the break, we were having conversations around the economy. Also, we moved on to sports. And right now, we want to talk about one of the very critical industries that has been contributing massively to the GDP of this great nation, which is the entertainment industry, particularly Nollywood. We need to talk about the new vistas in a growing industry. What can we do better? Where are we right now? And where can we take it from here? With me in the studio to discuss this is the founder of Movie in the Park, Ihechi Obara. Welcome to the program. How are you?
I'm very fine, thank you. Good afternoon. How are you?
I'm good. Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
So, Nollywood has seen a tremendous growth, in the past couple of years,
Right.
and it just keeps getting better. We've seen films that we put on streaming platforms.
Right.
They go on to hit #1 globally, all around the world.
Yeah.
Our actors are celebrated all around the world. How did we get here, and what are the factors that you think have contributed to the growth of Nollywood?
It's a very prolific industry, and I think that the creative, and it's been very transformative for us. So I think that the creatives in the industry have all had a hand to play. The consumer behavior has been changing, and so what the people in the industry have done is find a way to adapt and make everything better. From all the years that we've come by, we've been able to adapt and make sure that they're able to suit into what the current culture is saying. That's why we've been able to do good.
Amazing. What did you think we got right to be able to sort of change the international perspective of Nollywood? I mean, I know that for hundreds of years, our stories have been mined by the international community. They will republish it, and then they will now make a blockbuster.
Right.
And that's why you see that several movies, when they're trying to depict a Nigerian accent or an African accent, it all sounds the same.
Yeah.
Because they just muggle up all this information. But now, Nigerians, Nollywood, the African industry, we are now making our own films, forming our own narrative. What did you think we did to alter that?
So I feel like there was a time not too long ago where there was a major shift, in the industry as a whole. Now the originality and the authenticity shines through. I think since when we started telling our original stories by ourselves, people started to believe in the vision of our industry more. And I also maybe think because of budget. So because we got the budget, we got the funding, streaming platforms came in and penetrated Nigeria, we were able to now tell our stories and, tell our day-to-day activities by ourselves. And nobody does your stories justice than you would do it. So I think that was just the change that happened. We got the budget to do it, and then we started to tell our stories by ourselves.
Well, speaking of budget, as much as we have been doing incredibly well, there's still a lot of room for improvement.
True.
And I think that budget is still a big issue.
Very.
Money is still a big issue.
Very.
Investment is still a big issue. If we look at our counterparts like the South African movie industry, it seems like it's more structured, seems like they have more money to do more films.
Yeah.
Let me not use the word more films. Nollywood will produce more films, but to do better films.
Yeah.
How do you think we can hack this? How can we get more money? How can we get more money?
I mean, so I would say this, for example. I know some movie makers who are very particular about quality over quantity. So they'll rather do one movie in 2 years, but do it very well, or as opposed to 20 movies in 1 year or 10 movies in 1 year and not do a great job. I feel like if we were able to concentrate or able to, how do I put this now? If we are more particular about the quality of work that we put out, there's a better tendency of getting more investments into it. If your stories are good, I feel like it will sell. And if it's selling, there's more tendency to attract more investors to, to do good work, to finance the product that you're doing. So I do think that to answer your question, what we can do to get more investment is to be particular about putting out great quality as over quantity.
Yeah, so I might have to disagree with you a little bit because I know that in terms of quality, with the resources available to us, most of our producers put their best foot forward.
Right.
There have been conversations around these particular issues, and because of the competition, a couple of people would say that we don't have a strong union to present a united voice.
Okay.
So when the streamers come, they have a particular budget. The producer will go to them and say, you know what? Yes, you are giving me $10 to do this project, but I can do it for $5.
Okay.
I don't know if you've ever had such, if you've ever heard
You
such
just
conversation.
take whatever is available just so that it can work.
Just so that you get the project.
Yes, yes.
I mean, what do you think we can do to better unite the industry players? Because it seems like everybody just wants to go get theirs and say, you know what, we can do it better. And then the streamers will be like, oh, so you can do it for cheaper. Why not? And then it sort of affects everybody else.
You know, at the end of the day, this situation that you just painted definitely happens. But you would also not deny the fact that people who, like I said, are very particular about the kind of work that they put out, when they come forward and say, you know what, this has been the records that I've had. This is the work that I've done. This is what the numbers were. This is the data. If I come tomorrow and say, based on this that I do, it's still me, still the same person, I'm about to do this, I need you to invest this amount of money. So it's not, so what you have described is not even going to be sustainable. If you're taking the littlest things just to make it work, in the very near future, you will run out of what's the word? Even the vim, the creativity will run out because you're just taking whatever just to make it happen. So like I said, I still stand on my words that you're supposed to be more particular about quality than of quantity. But again, I also agree with you in the sense that we need to, it would be very nice if there's an association, if there is a body, an organization that is able to give us a united front.
Yeah, we do have
to give
those,
us one voice.
but they're not effective.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to ask. And I know we have those, but if they're not effective, then it's as good as us not having it.
Yeah.
So what we have, we should be able to put it in better structure for it to be able to, for it to have some formidability.
Yeah.
To have a voice people can listen to, that is resilient.
So tell me what you as an individual is doing to contribute to the growth of Nollywood. I know you're the founder of Movie in the Park.
Yeah.
What exactly is that?
So Movie in the Park, just like it sounds, is movie in the park. People come to the park and watch a movie.
Oh.
You know, so again, why we started Movie in the Park is because, like I said in the beginning of this conversation, that consumer habits are changing, you know, and people's attention span now is really short. People want to experience going to the cinema, experience watching movie in a very relaxed environment. People want to engage socially with people. And that's where Movie in the Park comes in. We just want people to be able to experience an alternative, you know, approach to Nigerian cinema, you know, consume Nigerian original content in the best atmosphere. And in this way, you're able to interact with other movie lovers. You're able to, you know, interact with the actors themselves and key players in the industry. That's what we are about in Movie in the Park.
So if I come for any of your program, will I find a date at least?
I mean, yes, that's basically what we're about. You know, networking with people.
When is the next one?
It's next week. Okay, that's true. It's in 6 days. Acting like I forgot. It's in 6 days on Saturday, 17th of August.
All right. Thank you very much. I'm looking forward to attending one of those.
Thank you.
With my popcorn.
I hope you come. Yes, of course. There's always a lot of that.
All right. Thank you very much. It's been a heartfelt conversation.
Thank you.
And yes, we pray that the industry will keep growing and growing.
By God's grace. I want that so much for Nigeria.
I know. And that.
Get with you. Don't just